been looking forward to getting back to this, and seems like the viewers enjoyed it too because at the conclusion of our last series, where I was asking people to send us some more games, like and subscribe, do the stuff to support the channel, I got more games. And I've had some filler content. Now we're getting back to the main event. I like to try to keep you guys guessing a little bit about what's going to be coming up next. So let's have some fun and let's analyze this game from two players, where our viewer is white, and it is a 10-minute blitz game on Lee Chess, where white is roughly 2,200 in the rapid category. Definitely nothing to take lightly. And his opponent is 2,300. So let's kick things off. A little bit of d4, d5 action. And we have ourselves that Versov stuff. Knight c3. A lot of fun, a lot of action. And we've got the Jobava London. Simon Williams has a very interesting and excellent course on Chessable on this content. Definitely look at the short and sweet at the very least. I've worked with Simon a few times, been invited to his show. I'll say he is one of the stand-up GMs in the chess community that he's somebody who will get along with everybody. I'm a big fan of Simon and his style of play. He takes a lot of risk in his games, and definitely in his text, it's the same kind of beautiful, aggressive, nasty play. I think that's a good way to describe him. Just take a look at his stuff, give him some support. Now, let's get it going. c6 was played in this game, and this is a passive automatic move, which just really doesn't suit the position. And unlike the Caro-Kann or the Slav, this move is pretty much just simply a waste of time. I feel like Black was just trying to get a game, not really worried about things, but you need to be critical. And I wanted to show an idea that I had from my aggressive Queen's Gambit Decline text, where it's the same theme I recommend against the Stonewall attack with playing Bishop f5. And there's a few moves here, f3, e3, knight b5. But f3 is most popular, where out of the two pawn pushes, this is going to bottleneck white a little bit better. And after analyzing both variations, 6h6 is playable, but carries more risk, as white will be able to gain some more space with h5, and with it, more potential for attacking. So after g5, knight fd7, a6, and it's an important move. You get b5 under control, so you don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. And c5. And as you can tell, Black is quickly getting out of the nastiness here, and we're following a game, actually. This lockdown, you see, good bishop versus bad bishop scenario in the long term, and white never really generated a serious attack. This is following a game from Simon Williams, who had white against David Pruis on chess.com in 2020, where Black went on to win this position. So my recommendation is this bishop f5 and a later follow-up to get some serious play with c5, but it's timing it at the right moment. Notice a6 was critical at a certain juncture in order to stop any of this knight b5 stuff. So now that we've gone over what happened with Black, I mean, sometimes these things happen. You make a natural enough move on move 3, and the game just kind of falls apart after that. So let's keep going. e3, bishop f5. It's close, but c6, what is it doing? It's simply defending b5. a6 would have been better with that follow-up of c5 at some point. f3, g4, h4, and I do discuss more deeply the dynamics in my course of h6 versus h5. And we want to limit the attacker when he's doing this type of stuff. h6 was played, which, as I stated a little bit earlier, not a big fan. Bishop d3. White's just completely in the driver's seat. He's got everything that he wants here. He's got the space. He's got to find the right moment to break on through. It's looking just great. And Black's doing what he should be doing here, is doing his best to present some counterplay and get the ball rolling on the queen side. Queen a5, and e4 was played in the game, and it's very thematic. Engine likes a3 here to hold down the b4 square a little bit better. The idea is after b4 takes, king b1, and b3. And black is hard pressed to do anything to follow up in the position. Now you get your e4 plan. And the other idea is after a3, this is ridiculous. King b1 and e4. There we go again, e4. There's just not enough in these lines for black to get something going. So continuing, e4 was played, and black missed the opportunity to get some counterplay. This is a key moment, one of the only mistakes by white. Queen takes, and you got to go g6 with these in-between move things. c3, and after a5, black is already much better as the attack has been shut down by white. And these sharp openings, they can quickly go awry. So you got to be looking for those counterplay shots. And black definitely missed it here as he plays knight b6. We get in b4, but now d takes e6, and we get nasty, folks. The king is out in the open. So you're down material, but the king is open. You cannot let him coordinate and jump on you here. g5. And bishop takes c3 seems like it's doing the right thing. I'm not quite sure here. Maybe h takes g5 first. You try to trade off as much as you can. And on knight d5, b takes c3, check. And I don't even know if this was best, but this is a difficult position to win for black. I'm not sure, just with my human eyes here. So that's what black probably should have gone for. Bishop takes c3. We got some running action going. Takes on g7, nice in-between move, check. The king's wide open, so now we're making it happen. Queen g6 was played in the game, but I think rook g6 was a little bit better with this idea of both rooks getting into it. It is nice to note, king f7. If you're a pause your video and try to figure it out type of guy, white to play and win here. All right, give you a second to pause. It's check, check, mate. Love the little mates. Queen g6 seems pretty sufficient. And, I mean, I would play queen takes c6 to cover the c-pawn and cut off escape squares and keep the e-file good to go. But our viewer and hero in the situation decided to liquidate, go to this better ending where the bishop dominates the knight in the open position. So let's see the rest of this technique here. Grabbing pawns is nice, especially when you're up a few. It's even nicer when you get it for free. Excellent play. And bishop b8 was played, which allowed some counterplay. Let's shut it down altogether, c4. If he wants to do this, rook f7, and you got to go back. And now a4, and the pawn's going to keep pushing. You could really, like, squeeze and get the absolute most, all the juice out of this position. So bishop b8. I mean, of course, white's still winning, but I make a game out of it when I'm winning to try to have optimal technique to shut my opponent down, to give absolutely no counterplay. And, I mean, even here, black's got a mate threat. You want to try to shut down as much as you can, and it's starting to come to a close now as too many pawns and white's king is safe. Black's running out of opportunities and checks. And now the pawn will be queening, and I'll have to thank our viewer for turning in this interesting game in the Jobava London. We don't have a lot of games covering the Jobava London on the channel, so that's what I requested. You guys send in some stuff that I don't look at very often, or at all, and make some videos out of it and have some fun. Thanks, and As you can see, if you zoom in a little bit under the viewer game analysis, right above my head here, we got watch your game analyze. Send your game in to nmbtools@gmail.com. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification. Help us out. Thanks.